Round rolls on. Game 2 of the Western Conference semifinals on EA Sports. From American Airlines Center in Dallas. Tonight, the Dallas Mavericks playing host to the LA Clippers. Hello again, everyone. With Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, as we focus on the Mavericks coming into play, they were winners in Game 1. That's critical to get that first one in a 5-game series.
And the important thing to remember here is that this is not a 7-game series. We're only going 5. So you've got to bring it each and every night and play like your season depends on it.
Throws it up. From the painted area, won't go down. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Can't connect on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Stuffs it down with authority.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Leonard to Hollis Jefferson. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
So Luka Doncic whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Hollis Jefferson. Beverly. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I can't believe he missed that, but look, you have to stay connected to him defensively or he'll eat you alive.
Kawhi Leonard, and he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Okay, hacking does still exist. Might be setting the tone for the second half here.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Beverly into the front court. Down a point. It's rebounded by the Mavericks. Gets toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
George to Beverly. Patrick Beverly, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Gets in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Beverly into the front court. Just under a minute to play here in this opening quarter. Oh, emphatic slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Luka Doncic. Easy path to the rim.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Beverly into the front court. They're down 3. George lets it fly. Paul George missed his first. That one goes.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Doncic. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. 19-footer at the buzzer. It's good to beat the buzzer. He got it off just in time. So count the basket, and they're back within striking distance. At second quarter set to begin. Some impressive shooting numbers. Jay, is that good offense, or is it, dare we say, bad defense?
The pace of this game has been prolific. As a fan, I love to watch. As a coach, I would be pulling my hair out. These players are driving me crazy. I need to see some defense, please.
I don't want to ask this question. What hair?
Why would you ask it then if you don't want to ask?
Just going there.
Okay. Well, you went there.
Knock loose. Matthews. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Beverly into the front court. Down 3. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Leonard. It's a big finish. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
We have both. Here's Leonard for 2. Kawhi Leonard. He's now 4 for 6.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
Shot from the lane won't go. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. The pass taken away by the Clippers. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Clippers will start the second half with a narrow lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
The chemistry for each squad has been great today, and that explains the high assist total. Coming out of halftime, I'm interested to see what kind of defensive adjustments are made to limit the easy scoring opportunities.
Player of the half.
Kawhi Leonard has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Paul George to Hollis Jefferson.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Leonard. No good. Kawhi Leonard pins it. For 4 in the game.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
PG lets it fly. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
LA Clippers with the basketball. To Beverly. George to Leonard. Short jumper stays out. Doncic. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in think you can get more at the rim.
He shoots. Oh, off the mark. To Luka Doncic. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Off the mark at the line. Beverly. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Can't convert the free throw. I don't know what the defender was doing there, but count the points.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Kawhi Leonard add 2 points to the board.
And don't you dare think about the fourth quarter yet. The only quarter that matters is the one you're playing in right now. Finish strong.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Strong finish for Paul George. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first three have lived up to the billing.
Substitution being made in this one. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Early into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Paul George. Not that time. Grant with the basketball. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. And scores.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Deep three at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The Mavericks have the lead. Dallas with the basketballs. We begin the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Cruises inside for 2.
Keep powering through.
Beverly into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. Porzingis. And count the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Gilgeous-Alexander. To George. Here comes the screen. Paul George, 4-2. Won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
And he makes them both. Beverly. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Here's Leonard for 2. Cleaning the offensive glass. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Paul George to Hollis Jefferson. Can't connect.
I know he was absolutely shocked he was so open. I know we were shocked he was open. You got to make those.
Porzingis. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Oh, he can't connect. So Leonard fires the three. He missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses four in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
He connects on the first free throw. Two for two on that trip. Clippers have the basketball. Surveys the floor. They'll get it down to Leonard.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
And he finishes at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Stops Porzingis. Sends it away. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kristaps Porzingis. Leonard buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
So now time for the intentional foul. They'll make them finish this out at the free throw line.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line. Now the Clippers call a timeout. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Kawhi Leonard. And that's rebounded by the Mavericks. Clippers have it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. Oh, errant pass as it's taken away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Mavericks did what great teams do best, finish. No one should be surprised that we're highlighting all of the shots that were blocked in this contest. It's just amazing how one swat can fire up a team, and even their coach. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Dallas Mavericks. The Clippers are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.